Now, if after having your meal, either your breakfast or lunch or even dinner, you still feel hungry, you're not alone. Yes, what it actually means is that your body hasn't gotten enough of what is needed for it to work. And so you don't have to feel as if something is wrong with you, or maybe you're eating too much, like some people often target that you're eating too much. Sometimes after having a particular meal, you still feel you're not full, you're not satisfied, and you're still eating something else, or you still request for something else. Some other persons who lack the understanding will target that you're eating too much food. That is not eating too much food. Simply your body is placing some request on you, and it is until you meet that request, you keep eating and eating, and most times you may be munching on what shouldn't be, and that is what most times gives rise to other blood sugar issues and some other health conditions. Look, just yesterday, for instance, I actually thought not to take something, animal protein or whatever, in the morning I decided to say, let me just take oats, grains, and all of that, cocos. After all of that, as a matter of fact, I even had to add a little milk to it, because a milk helps to keep you fuller for longer because of the complete amino acid, but just little. But guess what? I wasn't full. I kept munching on something until I had to go for one full can of sardine. I'm talking of the sardine you know. I opened it, emptied, drained out all the oils. It's a good source of protein. Drained out the oils and served myself with 2 slices of wheat bread. It's not all the time. Honestly, as soon as I finished consuming this thing, it wasn't long. I started feeling asleep. I went to sleep, as a matter of fact, and I felt good. Why? Because you have given your body what it's asking for. So otherwise, you keep pinching or munching on this up and down, and you may never be satisfied. And that is one of the secrets why people are gaining weight. And so in this very video, I want to share 9 of the foods. You can call some of them, maybe there may not really be, maybe the categories that you can choose from in case you find yourself in this condition. Never to worry about. Peanut is good. It's a source of protein. You don't have to overdo it. Take peanuts. It's going to keep you fat. Is what is missing in most of it, especially for older adults. Ensure to have peanuts. It's going to give you protein and quality energy. Then you need to have other nuts like almond. Soak some ahead if you don't want peanuts. Some people already, sold this thing about peanut. They don't want to hear peanuts again. I've heard people say so. But it's just consuming too much of it that it's not good. Otherwise, it's one of the legumes, not even a nut, as a matter of fact, as there is controversy whether it's nut or not nut. But the point remains, it's rich in protein and healthy fats. Cashew nut is another one. That's making the 3rd foods you should have around you. Always have them, especially older adults. So when you start feeling that urge to pinch on something, you're not full. But at other times too, like my own case yesterday, it may not actually be nuts. At times, the nuts becomes too much and too heavy for you. You feel you don't need them. And so another food you should consider is oats. Oats and boiled egg. It doesn't matter what you have. You can see, make a small, because oats is rich in B group of vitamins. It is this B group of vitamins that is often sometimes also missing. You need to have oats. You can also make it with 1 boiled egg. It helps. Then, in case you are not even interested, you can make oat. This is the 5th one. You can make oat with a teaspoon of soya bean powder, good soya bean powder. Or at other time, you can make it by adding chia seeds. Soak some chia seeds. like half a tablespoon occasionally. And then after preparing your, because it's high in calcium, omega-3 fats, these are nutrient-dense foods that help to keep you full and make you feel satisfied, supplying you with what your body needs to do its job. And so you soak some chia seeds and use it inside your oats. It's likely to keep you full without all those jumping around. And in case you are still not satisfied, you can prepare your cocoa, add soya beans, add dates into it. And sometimes you add tiger nut powder, whether the powder, just make sure you have all these foods at home. Have the soya beans powder, a very good one. It's complete in amino acids, but don't overdo it, talking of the soya beans, because it's going to cause weight gain for you. If you start taking too much on a daily basis, there are times when you just have to add it because it's good for your heart health. And so you need to have it. You can make your cocoa, your bitter cocoa. It's a source of healthy fats too. It helps to keep you fuller because of the fats in it. And so you make it, add dates, either it's fresh soaked date or date powder. Add about 1 teaspoon in it and then add soya beans. It looks like a smoothie. And so you have it. It's going to stop that hunger pang. And at other times, even after taking it, you still feel you are not okay. It happens to me sometimes. I can take the fermented garri. Yes, just 1 or 2 tablespoons. As a matter of fact, I did that this morning. That's why I had to add it to this list. And then just add sea salt, because sometimes maybe salt that is actually missing. So add it and then be sipping on it until after some time you just notice that you are no more hungry. It happens. And some of you who are not worried about caffeine in coffee, coffee also helps to stop that pinching, that desire to always put something in your mouth. It has a unique nutrient that makes you just don't want to take anything anymore until after several hours. That's why it's good for diabetes management. Once in a while, you take it. It's going to stop all those urge eat. But that urge, it's good to ensure that you are giving your body, protein and healthy fats in that diet. Because when it's not there, all these other foods, including your coffee, will start drying the person up. Drying you up, you start looking malnourished, you start looking like, your body is not getting enough. And the last one is, after the food, few hours later, if you just feel like you need something, like 2 or 3 hours later, you can have an orange. Don't forget, moderation remains our rule. Don't overdo any of these things, as food is our medicine. Click the subscription button if you love tips such as this.